dropping for next week. So I've just been putting catalogues out this week and other stuff, and I'm just tired. I went shopping, so I'm just knackered.
Shopping?
But other than that, I'm fine.
Shopping, that's women's work.
I know.
Sure about that?
Yeah, but I have to eat, Andy. Eating's men's work. And that's
Absolutely.
Not clothes shopping, just for food.
Okay, how are you getting on, Luke?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Obviously, I've been ill for the past couple of days.
I know, excuses.
No, not
I know,
excuses.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Don't worry. I have been taking the catalogs out to people and letting them have a look and collecting them. There's 3 people who wanted to keep the books for longer period of time. So obviously I let them, I'm going to collect them tomorrow. But all the rest I have no orders, but I will be delivering more catalogs out.
It's all about the numbers. And you've got to remember, it's also Easter period. So
yeah,
some people may be going away. We had a lady who rang us. She says, I'm not placing an order because we're going away.
Right.
And I said, we rang her. I said, don't worry, place the order. We'll deliver it when you're back.
Yeah.
£60 order.
Yeah.
Is that a lollipop or a speaker?
That is my microphone. It's one of my brand new microphones, the Snowball 2 microphone.
He's got a big one, Andy, hasn't he?
I love big ones.
Hello, Kez.
Yeah.
You're close
Right,
to your
Kez.
target, ain't you?
Yeah. Oh.
Come on,
You can-
everybody.
You can do a dance tonight, Kez.
No, I'm in too much pain today.
I know, you look
Come on,
bad.
do it.
I know it's been bad. You
Well,
look bad.
driving all the way up to Runcorn didn't help.
Yeah, my mother-in-law said that.
Well, you were at junction 25. All you had to do was turn around and come back one junction.
Oh, it's funny. At least
It was a nice day for a drive anyway, wasn't it?
There's Yasmin. Yasmin's had her first disappearance. We did an appointment with him and we can't get him back again. Disappeared, hasn't he, Yasmin? Your first appointment.
Sorry?
Your first appointment is disappeared.
He's disappeared, space of it, yep.
Yeah, that's what happens. Everybody else had anybody disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all have.
Is Sharon on tonight?
I don't know what. You're not your Sharon, yeah, but I don't know. I can't get hold of she. I can't get hold of her yet. She's would put advertising working. It's weird. Robert's meant to be coming on. I've just spoken to him.
I saw Robert been on tonight. I know Graham's hot birthday today.
Yeah. Well, I can't get hold of Graham either. He's disappeared. But
Well, I wished him a happy birthday on the group. So
yeah, I wished him happy birthday anyway. I did part of the message, but you know. There's Robert. By the looks of it.
Hello, Robert. I know Joanna's supposed to be on as well. I know Adam's got a problem with his internet. Don't know how else he's supposed to go. I'm only going to give it one more minute. I'm going to get started. Oh, I've got a message.
Can you hear us, Robert?
Joanna's just said that she's just started. Zoom has just asked her to restart her laptop, so she'll be late.
Yeah.
Like you say, Andy, excuses.
I know. There you go. But mind you, I had that problem a few weeks back, didn't I? It took
Yeah.
Oh,
had
yeah.
to reboot, and then he started to do updates, so I couldn't get on.
Oh dear. It's
Right.
like my desktop.
We were talking amongst ourselves nicely, though.
Okay, right. I'm going to start the training, otherwise I'll never get it all done. Yeah, screen. I hope you've got notebooks. Nobody's got notebooks.
I've got notes here.
I have got a notebook, but it's all the way across the room.
all the way across the room. Oh,
I can't be asked.
Exactly.
To cook
right,
food.
okay. 29th of March. Last one of March. And it's Easter tomorrow, Good Friday. Tomorrow we're out putting out catalogues, and 2018 is about stronger together as we grow as a group. So just go through the upcoming events. 2nd of June is the summer showcase at Cheltenham, and the gala dinner and showcase is on the 1st September. If you can only get to one of them, I'd recommend getting to both, but if you can only get to one of them, get to the Christmas showcase in Birmingham. For all newbies this year, one of those is free for you, whichever one you go to first. Okay. So, 10 Steps workshops, we have 2. One in Bristol, 15th of April was the next one. And the other one is in Barnsley on the 22nd of April.
Not far from Mancorn, is it?
Okay. So just quickly go through the 10 Steps program. Dave's not going to forget that. Step 1 is the system itself, understanding the system. Step 2 is all about personal and professional development. 3 is about goal setting and planning. 4 is about knowing your numbers, and that's both catalogues and recruitment. Step 5 is about the telephone process that we use. Step 6. Oops. What happened to step 6 then? Go back. Oh, no, what happened? I think I probably didn't let it run. Okay, it's presenting the business. Step 7 is about follow-ups and online registration. Step 8 is getting people started. Step 9 is promotion of events. And step 10 is coaching, duplication, and leadership. Each of these takes, different studies, and you'll do different. You won't do it all in that order because it depends on the individual. Now, be aware, it is bank holiday. It is Easter. The head office is now closed until Tuesday. All right, 29th. It's closed till Monday the 2nd. It's Tuesday the 3rd of April. Okay. So, I'm going to cover a few things off tonight that I actually covered off in the leadership group because I felt that it was also very important for everybody to hear. And we'd had this discussion with David the other day about groups, your own group on Facebook. Imagine a scenario that you opened a shop, and on the shop, it's got a big shop window, and you advertise, you put one of every product in the shop window that you have. Is there any need for anybody to come into your shop to have a look round? No, because they can see everything from outside. And that's why you have a closed group. You just want people to join your group so you can control what people see. Not just that, there's other reasons. Other distributors can, if you have it public, other distributors can go in, they can see what people are posting, what people are saying. They may even contact your customers. Because unfortunately, there are unscrupulous people around, and you don't want to work hard building a group to only have it taken away from you, or people taken away from you, or orders taken away from you. Last 2 days, we've had a number of people in London who've ordered from us. Both paid £3.95 postage and packaging, not being an issue. We've done that via the marketplace, and we've invited them to our group. So they've bought from us in the past, and we don't want to lose those. And they could end up helping us maybe get some distributors in the London area. The other thing is that when you build a customer base, you've got to build a relationship with your customers. That's online and offline. Online, you can do it with posts, interactive posts, Kezzy's doing a fantastic job with her lives, but just making comments to customers, asking customers who's bought from you to do a testimonial on your page. Bought one of these the other day, really pleased with it. Yeah, and you can use that later on with what we're now doing, because tomorrow we're out doing another part of our customer base, and we will be handing out our newsletter. So we recommend that when you do that, when you do catalogues, you develop a monthly newsletter. To give you an idea, this is our newsletter, and it just says there, Clean Easy customer newsletter. As dear valued customer, we've now been supplying our local community cleaning products for over 20 years. As you may be aware, we're back to super quick delivery of our orders. We endeavour to provide you with a fast turnaround. Our stock levels are also back to superb availability, which we want to know, which is also fantastic news. We have a new catalogue called Collections, which is published on a monthly basis, and a brand new K-Life, both of which are included in this pack. And on the back of that is February's top sellers, just letting them know about the fridge freezer, the ISA, that it's now back in stock as from yesterday. We've had a lot of people who had ordered that from us and it was out of stock of. Maybe an extra £5 on every order would make a major difference. And based on that, our catalogue customers, I think I said to you recently in a training that we found that majority of our customers didn't have the internet, so they won't see our internet specials. So what we're doing an internet special newsletter as well. As the digital age grows, we now get special products available to us that are a one-off. We'll be highlighting some on our newsletters when we deliver the catalogue. Some amazing offers also come available in between drops. If you'd like to be emailed our specials as they become available, please let us have your email address. So if people do have one, we're asking for it. And we're doing on there the framed animals quilt, and on the back we've got 5 products that come through today for the garden. So, I mean, that's what it looks like. We've got it there, and I've done it in colour and in black and white so that I can work out which is looks the best and the cheapest. I know, etc., etc. But if you let people know there's a bit more interest, there's a chance they might actually pick them up the catalogue and look through it. Okay. So something else I covered on Monday in the leadership group was this little story about a butterfly and the lesson it can teach you all and teach us all. So I'm just going to read it out in my best bedtime story voice, and I hope I don't send you to sleep, although Kez is more or less there. Oh, hello, Joanna.
Hello, Andy.
Okay. So one day, a small opening appeared on a cocoon. A man sat and watched the butterfly for several hours. Obviously got nothing else to do, as it struggled to force its body through that little hole. Let's move this out of the way. Then it seems to stop making any progress. It appeared as if it had got as far as it could, and it couldn't go any further. Oh. So the man decided to help the butterfly. He took a pair of scissors and he opened the cocoon. The butterfly then emerged easily, but it had a withered body. Oh. It was tiny with shriveled wings. The man continued to watch because he expected that at any moment the wings would open, enlarge and expand to be able to support the butterfly's body and become firm, like me. Who's laughing? Neither happened. In fact, the butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around with a withered body and shriveled wings. It was never able to fly. What the man did, in his kindness, did not understand was the struggle required for the butterfly to get through the tiny opening was nature's way of forcing fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings, so it would be ready for flight once it's achieved its freedom from the cocoon. Struggles are exactly what we need in our life. If we were allowed to go through our life without any obstacles, it would cripple us. We would not be as strong as we could have been. You need to look for strength and challenges to solve. You need to find the courage to overcome the obstacles. You cannot carry your people. They have to struggle themselves. Now, obviously, there's a level to what you make people struggle. But if you do everything for somebody, they're never going to learn themselves of where to look for things, how to find answers, and how to do things. Yes, we don't just say, oh, there, oh, I've signed you in, leave you on your own. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is not doing everything for everybody all the time. Teach people how to do things so that they can deal with it later on. Because otherwise, if something happens and you're not around, they don't know what to do. You cannot learn and grow if you don't know. You know, what do? You got anybody you've ever had children? Or still got children? Okay. We've got a granddaughter at the moment who's starting to crawl. She's
Oh, the good old days.
And all of a sudden, you know, what do I turn around to and say, come on, soon it'll be about walking. And what you do, turn around to them and say, look, get up and walk. If you don't walk now, I'm not going to help you. No, you'll hold their fingers, you'll help them. And eventually you will let them go. And they may fall over and they may hurt themselves. But it's all the part of them struggling to learn they cannot have your support forever. Because if you do, you're going to struggle. And that's the same with your team and with everything within the business and in life in general. So learn the lesson of the butterfly. So next thing I wanted to cover is a little training that we did a few years ago, but I thought it was worth bringing out again. It's called the Magnificent Seven. Okay, so first of all, surrender. These are the 7 tips. Okay, let it go. Basically, just give in to the system. Don't try to change it. Don't try to alter it. Just go with the flow. You know, everybody can achieve anything if they just study the system. You make life difficult for yourselves, in actual fact, by actually trying to do things other than the system. Anybody can soar with the eagles. Okay. So, skills and tools. Everybody that joined this business did not know everything about the business. Okay. So first of all, you need to decide what you want from the business first of all. Just a small income, you can do that via personal retail. If you'd like a residual income, then you maybe want to build a team. I would recommend building a team anyway, because once you get to gold, you earn the maximum on your own personal sales. So find out what you need, skills-wise, tools-wise. Then go and get them. David was asking me the other day about the PRP. I found it, and it was actually on the group page. And I just said to David, look, it's on the group page. There's lots of things in there, and probably people aren't aware there's files in there. Have a search through the EAL group page and have a look at all the files. Some really good information in there. Joanna's put stuff in there about collating groups and different types of things. There's lots of information in there. Self-educate. Take some responsibility for your own business. Have a look at the videos and the trainings that are on the website. Above all, take responsibility. When you first start, what you have to do is create your own evidence. In other words, Get a fast track retail story. We always said to people, if you can, in your first period, go out and spit blood. What do I mean? Go out and get yourself 1,600 quid's worth of orders. Make yourself a 13% distributor in your first period. Why? Because it means you'll earn nearly 500 quid. And you only have to do it once if you want to do it once. But the thing is, once you've done it once, you know it can be achieved. You've then got evidence to show other people. And you can use that for growing your business. So, how much should you do? You need to understand. I would say you've got to try and do a minimum of 10% as quickly as you can. I would try and aim for 13% on a one-off. We did £1,000 in 3 days. Now that was for a particular thing. It was for a trip to go to Arizona, so we were quite motivated. All right? But we went out and did it. Well, now nobody can tell us that it can't be achieved in 3 days. We know we've done it. So, how much do you want to earn? You need to understand that. And you need to know how much retail you need to do to earn that. How much would you like your team to do? Maybe you'd like your team to make you a gold distributor. That means you need a team of £9,000 turnover in a 4-week period. If you do 1,000, that leaves 8,000 shortfall. So you need enough numbers to actually make up that shortfall. And lead by example. So I'm just going to mute a few things. There's a lot of noise going on in the background. Okay. Have objectives, not expectations. In other words, if you want a £400 worth of orders a week, go out and get it. Don't expect, I want £400 worth of orders, so I'm going to just put 400 catalogues out. You might get £400 worth of orders with just 200 catalogues, but you might need to put 600 catalogues out. Okay. Start reaching out. Reaching out is just sharing the opportunity. And there are lots of different ways of reaching out. Start off by selecting the 3 to 5 from which you are most comfortable, and then develop from there. You've got to start to develop in a weekly task list. In other words, things that you're going to do every day, every week rather. And you need to work with your upline sponsor until you're confident that you can do it alone. Now, don't ever cut yourself off from your sponsor or your upline, because then you've got nobody to go to when things do get tough, and they will. Now, some of you will already know about this. It's about avoiding the flakes. The people who are asking you for information and then just slagging you off for the information you've given them. Has anybody ever had that? Okay. You know, they ask for information and then they turn around and say, oh, that's a load of rubbish, and then they start slagging you off about it. Okay. Learn to say no. You really do not want everybody in your business. You will soon learn that. And you need to constantly remind yourself of the 3 key questions. 1, do I want to make it big in this business? That's the question for yourself. If the answer is yes, do I want to make it happen in my lifetime? Yes. And the third question is, therefore, is what I'm doing now moving me towards that goal? Now, you know, some of us are doing great retail, and some of us are doing great sponsoring. What we want to be doing is both. And that's the issue with our business. The bigger the numbers in both areas will grow your business massively. But then it's the duplication of it. And that's why we come into the buddy system, 2 to 1. Never work alone. For instance, this week, I think it was on Monday, Yasmin sat in. Yasmin created the lead, which is fantastic. And then Sharon did the appointment with her on Zoom. So Yasmin was able to listen to the call, see it, and we're working 2 on 1. 2 to 1 rather. What you don't want to do is isolate yourself. You want to get involved and get involved in the group, get involved in everything. Don't become a damp log. Get used to teamwork from day one. For those who haven't read the book, 45-second presentation, that's the book to read. Talks you about the sizzle. If there's just you on your own, there is no sizzle. If there's 2 logs on the fire, you start to get a little fire burning. You suddenly have 5 or 6 logs, it makes a big difference. So what we want to do after Easter is to start getting this sizzle going, where we are getting together maybe once a month, even if it's just for a coffee one morning, just to sit down and have a chat. You know, Foss Park's a great place to meet. We can all meet in the Foss Park buffet area. Some of you can have a fatty pizza if you want one. I'll just have a cup of coffee and a Greg's. Get used to teamwork from day one. All right. Now your upline has the skills to help you move forward. Demand their time and make sure you deserve it. God, are you on fire, Luke? Okay, we're starting the mastermind route. We've got a leadership group. Are 2 minds better than 1? Of course they are. All right. The inspiration and team spirit created within a mastermind group of 2 or more people working in harmony for the sole purpose of meeting each other is awesome. Okay, we've already started ours with the leadership group on the Monday night. It's just taking a little time to get going, but we're getting there. 10-day program. What do we mean by 10 days? Your new distributors are your new babies. Okay. Take responsibility for your babies. It's like there are people not on here tonight. You know, we try to promote to our team that they should be on there. We've got to take responsibility to let them know about things. And then what you want to do is help them to procreate within 10 days. In other words, try and help them if they can to get some team members on board. We had a situation in Nottingham once upon a time where a person joined us, and they were doing, obviously we were doing catalogues at the time because online wasn't available. And we used to give them wanted slips to hand out with their catalogues. And this person in Nottingham went out and put all their catalogues out, and they had 3 wanted slips filled in. And from these 3 wanted slips, a gentleman called Nick Peel came. And basically, none of you will know Nick Peel, but I'll talk about him in a minute. But this person who joined didn't actually stay in the business very long. But Nick Peel joined us, and he was fantastic. We used to run training meetings at our house, and he'd come on the train from Nottingham to Leicester to the meeting. He'd deliver all his goods on a bike. The reason he's no longer in the business is because he went back home to Australia. He was here from Australia, but he got to gold distributor within 6 months. And you've seen Leo and Amanda, Tenbrugge and Carter in my team. Canny Moose was in our team, and Lee Jones and a load of others. They all came through Nick Peel. So you never know, somebody who joins your business may lead to those that actually will be in your team a long time. So therefore you work with their babies and continue the process. And the reason that you work with their babies is because of that. If I had to make contact with Nick and actually trained him and done this, then maybe he wouldn't have been in the business. Be a good parent. Teach your children well. So I hope, David, you're teaching Kez well. Changing her nappy when she needs it.
I'll just give her meds.
Oh, she's got it. Yasmin. Yeah. Esther. Okay. Now, only doers tend to attend the mastermind. All right. You don't want hangers-on who are just going to turn up and just be a waste of time. However, you should never ever stop people from joining the mastermind. Ask them 4 questions. Why did you join in the first place? How fast do you want to go? How much time and money are you prepared to commit to? You don't need to spend a lot of money in this. However, If you want to build the business faster, then you maybe need some money for buying leads and that type of thing. Therefore, we can utilize your retail profit. So we may need to tailor your retail plan. And the fourth question, do you see yourself as a leader? Most people don't, because they haven't been told they could be. Okay. So summary, think big and dare to dream. Believe in yourself. Appreciate your worth. Is anybody on here better than you? No, they're not. Everybody can build this business, but you must commit to the journey. Get rid of all the baggage that you say, oh, I can't do it tonight because I had to put the rubbish out. You can't let rubbish build up. You know, become a sponge for the positive side of life. But be patient. It's about time and multiplication. And I'll explain more about that in a second. I'm going to quickly do these circles. Be proud of yourself that you're here today. It makes you special. And never, ever give up. Okay. So I'm going to talk very quickly about leveraging your time, because some of you will have seen this. And it's important that you do see it over and over again to understand what you've got in your hands that you haven't got in a job, which is just over broke. In other words, people will pay you just enough money that you'll go back next month for some more. So David joins the business. David introduces 2 people into his team. And each of his 2 people see what he's doing, and they introduce 2 people each, who introduce 2, who introduce 2, because people duplicate what they see, and they end up with 126 people. However, beautiful Kez joins the business, and she can see a bigger picture, and she introduces 3 people, who introduce 3, who introduce 3, and they end up with 1,092 people. David's got 126. Kez has got 1,009. Well, Dave's not bothered because Kez is part of his team. So, but there you go. There seems to be a big difference in numbers, 900 and something, but there isn't. The only difference is 1. Kez introduced 1 more person, who introduced 1 more person, and so on. But as it goes down, it multiplies. It makes a major difference. So, if you worked in a job for 50 weeks a year, and you worked for 40 hours a week, they'd work for 2,000 hours, and that's what you'd benefit from. So if you're on £10 an hour, you're on 20,000 a year. After 15 years networking, if you had 1,000 people and they each worked for 2 hours a day, you'd benefit in your business from a year's productivity happening every day. And if you had 1,000 people and they each sold £1,000 in 6 months, Kez, what's your sales this period?
I'm about £90 off 1,600 now.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about £1,000 in 6 months here, and she's done that 1.5 times that in 3 weeks. Okay. You turn over £2 million in a year. Now, £2 million turnover will give you about £7,000 a month income minimum. Anybody interested in that?
Yep.
It's not easy. It is hard work and education. So there's you. You start out on your own. You do £1,000 worth of it. This is a synopsis. You may take you a few months to get to the £1,000. Nobody's saying you're going to do it straight off the bat. Average time when organised, 10 to 15 hours a week. When organised, remember that. You earn £211 retail profit and an extra £264 volume, giving you 275 quid. All we then do, because we now know that can be achieved, is teach 10 people how to do the same. There's you with 10 people in your team. Group turnover, £11,000. Each distributor is on a 10% bonus, but you, as a team leader, are on a 24% bonus. And what the company does is they pay you the difference as a coaching bonus, which is 14%. Move this over. The average income, therefore, for a gold distributor is £1,000 to £1,400 every 4 weeks. Now you can earn do £1,000 worth of retail, earn 275 quid, or you could do £1,000 worth of retail and earn between 1,000 and 1,400 quid. Big difference. Just help one of your team then to actually develop a team. In this scenario, this person's on £7,000 worth of business and on a 21% bonus. You are on 24. You get paid 3% of that 7,000. You did get paid 14%, but only of 1,000, because it's a smaller percentage of a bigger pot. So it's a win-win situation. They make more money, you make more money. Now, eventually, they will get to the same level as you, gold distributor. You're on 24, they're on 24. The difference is 0. So the company gives you a pay rise, 4% of their business for the rest of your life. If you help somebody else do the same, you now get an executive bonus of another 3%. That gives you 7% on each business. And that'll earn you a minimum of £2,000 a month before you get out of bed. Now, for every extra business you build, you'll earn yourself around £1,000 a month more. 3 businesses will pay you £3,000, 4 businesses, £4,000, 5 businesses, £5,000. And that's £60,000 a year part-time. Plus, you have the potential to gain cash bonuses, foreign travel, and cars. There's a new incentive this year. If you hit gold, hold it for 6 months, and you do 5 people into your team who do £500 worth of bonuses between period 1 and 13 this year, then you can get a luxury stay in a UK hotel with a Clean Easy seminar and a formal dinner. Once you become gold, the company, if you hold it for 6 months, you'll qualify for 10 retail kits. However, the big thing is hold it for 10 months. This is all about, developing it in strength. You qualify for a cash bonus of £1,500. Now, the next thing I showed you earlier was what we call bronze, which is helping 2 people become gold. And once you get there, you start to qualify for cars. Hit bronze, hold it for 10 months, you get a choice of the Mini or £10,000 in cash. The next stage is helping 5 people get to gold. That'll give you 60 grand in income per month, per year rather. But it also gives you a choice of an Audi TT Coupe or 25 grand in cash. Then focus on your team and help them all get minis. That's Premier. Hold it for 10 months, you get 30 grand or an Audi TT Roadster. Help your team all become SEDs. You become a principal. Hold it for 10 months, you get an Audi TT and 20 grand or a total of 50 grand. Hit Master. Hold that for 10 months. Audi R8 Coupe or 100 grand. Or finally, Grandmaster, which nobody's hit yet. No, it's not finally. Yeah, it is finally. Hold for 10 periods. Get a Ferrari 488 GTB or £150,000 in cash. I've been told take the car because the car's worth more than 150 grand. A lot more. That's all I wanted to cover tonight, and I think I've more or less timed it right. Thanks for watching and listening. I was going to say any questions, but there isn't the time. So, if you have any questions, you can privately message me. I will upload the training to the training file later on, and I think I'm going to cut out any minute now anyway. I hope you all have a fantastic Easter, and you don't just take Easter off. People are at home, especially if the weather's going to be bad. People can't always afford to go away, and they won't be away all of over Easter, and they've got the kids around.